Hey guys, welcome to Ambitious Job Seekers. This is Shilpa and I'll walk you through the top Selenium interview questions. So without wasting much time, let's get started. So the first question is, what is automation testing and why is it used? Guys, this is a typical icebreaker question that you get in most of the interviews. Many people know what is automation testing, but to represent it in a short and concise way can be a challenge. So today I'll help you frame it in words. Automation testing is an automatic technique where the tester writes scripts by own and uses a suitable software to test the application. It is basically an automation process of a manual process. Test automation is used to automate repetitive tasks and other testing tasks which are difficult to perform manually. Moving on to the next question, which test cases to automate? There's a common notion that 100% of the test cases should be automated. But guys, this is far from reality. There are some major key factors that helps to determine which test cases to be automated. The first one is high risk, which is business critical test cases. The test cases that are repeatedly executed, the test cases that are very tedious or difficult to perform manually, and the test cases which are time consuming. Also, there are some types of test cases which cannot be automated. These are test cases that are newly designed and not even executed manually once, test cases whose requirements keeps on changing frequently, and the test cases which are executed on an ad hoc basis. Moving on to the next question, what are the various components of Selenium? Selenium is an automation testing tool used only for the web-based applications. Selenium does not support desktop applications. Selenium is a suite that consists of four components: Selenium IDE, Selenium RC, Selenium WebDriver, and Selenium Grid. Let's start with Selenium IDE. Selenium IDE is mainly a Firefox plugin. It is the simplest framework in the Selenium suite. It allows us to record and play back the scripts. However, there are some disadvantages of using Selenium IDE. These days, record and run tool is not very successful because the websites keep on changing dynamically. One more disadvantage of using IDE is it runs only on the Mozilla Firefox and it does not support any other browser. Selenium RC or Selenium Remote Control. Selenium RC is a server that allows a user to create test scripts in the desired programming language. The next is Selenium WebDriver. Guys, this is the latest in market and this is what we all need to learn. Selenium WebDriver. It solves all the issues. It can test our application across the browsers like Chrome, Firefox, IE. It supports languages like C Sharp, Java, Perl, Python, Ruby. With WebDriver, we can generate reports, we can write dynamic scripts, we can parameterize the test cases with the Excel and all. The next is Selenium Grid. Selenium Grid is combined with the WebDriver and it runs the test parallelly. We can run our test in different browsers, operating system, machines, and all at the same time. And the next question is, what are the types of testing that are supported by Selenium? Selenium usually supports two types of testing, functional testing and regression testing. So now we will learn about the different types of locators in Selenium. Guys, this is a very important question from automation point of view because if we have a good understanding of locators, 50% of knowledge of Selenium is covered. To automate a web page, the first thing we need to know is how to locate a web element, and for that we need the help of locators. There are 8 types of locators in Selenium, which are ID, class name, name, tag name, link text, partial link text, XPath, and CSS selector. So the next question is, what are the different languages supported by Selenium? Guys, even this is a very important question. Let's suppose in your workplace you might be using Selenium only with Java. So if you're asked in an interview, you say Selenium works well with Java, this shows that you have inadequate knowledge. So while answering such questions, even though you're not using the language, you should still know all the languages that are supported by Selenium. The languages that are supported by Selenium are Java, C Sharp, Python, Ruby, JavaScript, Perl, and PHP. And also, if you know one language properly, it is very easy to pick up another language. In the last question, we learned about different types of locators. In this one, we will learn about one of the most popular and widely used locator, which is XPath. XPath is defined as XML path. XML stands for Extensive Markup Language. It is a syntax or language for finding any element on the web page using XML path expression. XPath is used to find the location of any element on a web page using HTML DOM structure. Moving on to the next question. What is the difference between single slash and double slash? So there are two types of XPath, absolute XPath and relative XPath. Single slash is absolute XPath. It contains the complete path from the root element to the desired element. It always starts with single slash. Single slash basically means the current node. Double slash. Double slash is the relative XPath. It starts from any point in the document based on the search criteria. It uses double slash. And while testing, we always prefer relative XPath over absolute XPath. Moving on to the next question, what are the different browsers supported by Selenium WebDriver? One of the biggest reasons for Selenium being so popular is it supports multiple languages, multiple operating systems, and multiple browsers. Here we'll learn about the different browsers that are supported by Selenium WebDriver. It supports Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Internet Explorer, Safari, Opera, Android, iOS, and HTML Unit. So guys, not all enterprises prefer Google Chrome for testing. Some might prefer Firefox, others Explorer. And Selenium gives us a whole lot of freedom to choose any browser we want, which makes Selenium so popular. In the last question, we learned about the different browsers supported by Selenium WebDriver. In this one, we'll learn how to launch these browsers using WebDriver. In Selenium, we have different web drivers for different browsers, like Gecko driver for Firefox browser, Chrome driver for Google Chrome, Internet Explorer driver for Internet Explorer. Now we'll look at the syntax to launch the Firefox browser. WebDriver driver equals to new Firefox driver. This is the Java implementation of launching a browser in Selenium. Here, WebDriver is an interface and we are creating a reference variable driver of the type WebDriver instantiated using the Firefox class. If you want to launch a Google Chrome browser, you have to follow the same syntax. There you write WebDriver driver equals to new Chrome driver. Moving on to the next question. What are the limitations of using Selenium? Now guys, this can be a tricky question because all this while we were only talking about the advantages of using Selenium and how powerful the tool can be. But certainly there are some limitations to using Selenium as well. Selenium does not support automation testing for desktop application. It only supports web-based application. Since Selenium is an open source software, there's no reliable technical support from anybody, and we have to rely on the community forums to get the technical issues resolved. We should know at least one of the supported programming languages to create the test scripts in Selenium WebDriver. It does not have built-in object repository like UFT or QTP to maintain the objects in a centralized location, but we can overcome this limitation with the help of Page Object Model or POM. Selenium does not have any inbuilt reporting capability. We have to rely on the plugins like JUnit or TestNG for the test reports. It is not possible to perform the testing on images. For that, we need to integrate Selenium with Securely for image-based testing. Moving on to the next question. What are the different type of weights available in WebDriver? Most of the web applications are developed using Ajax and JavaScript. So when a page is loaded, the element which we want to interact to, they may load at different time intervals. This way, the identification of the element gets difficult. And if an element is not located, Selenium throws element not visible exception, and the test case fails. In this case, what people do? People end up using thread.sleep, which is not quite a reliable method. Hence, to deal with this, we have two types of wait, implicit wait and explicit wait. Implicit wait. The implicit wait will tell the WebDriver to wait for a certain amount of time before it throws a no such element exception. Implicit wait is used to provide a default waiting time, let's say 10 seconds, between each consecutive test step across the entire test. The syntax for implicit wait is driver.manage.timeout.implicitly wait and then we specify the time. Here I have specified time as 10 and the unit as seconds. Unit can be seconds, minutes, hours. It depends on your choice. What is explicit wait? Explicit wait are used to halt the execution till the time a particular condition is met or the maximum time has elapsed. Explicit wait is an intelligent kind of wait because it can be applied only for the specified elements. And comparatively, guys, explicit wait is better than implicit wait as it waits for the dynamically loaded Ajax elements. The syntax. Syntax for explicit wait is WebDriver wait equals to new WebDriver wait, WebDriver reference timeout. Here, we are waiting for an element for the time frame of 30 seconds as defined in the WebDriver wait class on the web page until the expected conditions are met and the condition is visibility of the element located. And the next question is, what is the difference between driver.get and driver.navigate command? Both driver.get and driver.navigate command is used to open a URL, but the main difference between them is with the help of navigate command, we can move backward or forward in the session's history. The navigate command is faster than get command because the navigate command does not wait for the page to completely load. And the next question is, what is the difference between driver.close and driver.quit command? The close command closes the web browser window that the user is currently working on. This command neither requires any parameter nor does it return any value. The quit command. The quit command closes down all the windows that the program has opened, and same like the close command, this command does not require any parameter nor does it return any value.